All right, welcome everybody. In this free course, I'm specifically talking about Social Security retirement benefits and how to apply for your benefits, as well as exactly what information and documentation you'll need at your disposal at the time of application. We have a lot to talk about right here in this video, so if you have not done so yet, make sure to do yourself a huge favor, subscribe down below as there's a lot to talk about here, and this is the first video in a series of videos I'm making on this topic to break down exactly all the details of Social Security retirement benefits. In fact, video number 2 in this series is going to be talking about all the information you must know before submitting your application to Social Security for your monthly benefits. So with that being said, let's jump into the course right away. I'm going to be giving you a bunch of information here. You may want to take notes on all this, or feel free to come back and watch this video again. There's a lot of valuable information, and again, you want to know all this before submitting that application. So step 1 here, let's talk about the different options you can use to submit your application for Social Security retirement benefits. And again, I do want to emphasize this is just for Social Security retirement benefits. If you're going to be receiving some other type of benefit like disability or spousal or survivors or SSI, the process is a little bit different, and don't worry, that'll also be part of this series in a separate video as well. All right, so 3 different options you can use to apply for your Social Security retirement benefit. Option number 1, and this is probably going to be the easiest and fastest for most people, is online through the Social Security website, which is ssa.gov. You can simply go over there and you can apply for your retirement benefits right there on the Social Security website. Again, ssa.gov. Feel free to check that out as option number 1. And like I said, this is likely going to be the fastest and easiest option for most people, but again, not your only option as well. Now, option number 2 would be to call the 1-800 number. We've probably all called at some point. You can simply call there and you can apply over the phone. The phone number is 1-800-772-1213. Again, 1-800-772-1213. You can call that and submit your application there, okay? And option number 3 would be you could visit one of your local Social Security offices. Now, here's the thing I would advise here. If you're going to take this route, make sure you have all of your documentation I'm going to be talking about here in this video, because this could really slow the process down, okay? Also, make sure to call ahead and make an appointment. If you just show up, that might be fine, but I would highly recommend you call, make an appointment, or make sure to check out, hey, what days are your slowest around there? What would be the best days for me to stop in, okay? If you stop in early in the month or on a Monday, these are usually the busiest days that they have, okay? So please just take that into consideration as well, so that you're not spending your entire day trying to submit your application through the Social Security office. But that is an option as well, okay? So those are the 3 options you can use. Now, this is not required, but something I would highly recommend before you get into the process of submitting your application, okay? Again, not required, but let me throw this out there as a little bonus tip as well. I would highly recommend that you sign up for your My Social Security account on the Social Security website, okay? Again, ssa.gov/my-account. You can simply go there and you can sign up 100% for free. Now, it's going to give you a lot of information. It's a lot of valuable information about your exact situation, your personal record. You can see it all right there on the My Social Security account, and you can sign up there again. Now, one more thing I want to point out really quickly. When you go through the sign up process, it's a lot of information, okay? They're going to ask you a lot of questions, a lot of personal details, things like this. And initially, when you go to sign up and you see all that personal information that they're gathering from you, you might think, I don't really know if I'm going to share all this information. Remember, it's Social Security. They already know everything about you, okay? It's not like you're, giving them information that is a mystery to them. They know this stuff about you already, okay? It's just a matter of signing up there. I would highly recommend that. You don't need to, but again, this might give you much better information to actually, submit that application. So, little bonus tip there. All right, so now let's get into everything you need as far as documentation at your disposal at the time of application. Now, you may need all of this, you may not need everything, but you probably want to have this at your disposal because they will need most of this information. And remember this much as well, just because you submit an application and you give them all your details, they may come back and say, hey, we need this documentation now. We need more information or something like that, okay? So just remember, they may need more from you. Even though you feel like you've given them everything, they might need more, okay? Or they may need less, okay? But there will be an option at the end of your application as well where you can upload documents there. So again, just keep that in consideration, okay? Same thing applies if you go to the physical office in your local area. Make sure to bring everything with you, okay? Because you just want to make sure you have everything with you at that time. All right, so let's run through the list here. So number one, let's start out with the basic information, okay? Obviously, they're going to need your full legal name, your birth date, your location of birth as well, okay? So that might be a little bit of a weird one that some people may not, might not know at the top of their head. You're also going to need information about your spouse, okay? If you're married, an ex-spouse, a current spouse, again, full name, date of birth, place of birth, things like this, okay? Now next, if you have any kids under the age of 18 who are unmarried, you may want to have their documentation as well, okay? They may ask you about all of this, okay? Or if you have a child who was disabled before the age of 22, you're probably going to need that information as well, okay? So they're going to need that. All right, next, they're going to ask you for your citizenship status, okay? So you might need to have some kind of documentation here, okay? Your birth certificate, take that into consideration as well. They cannot take a copy, okay? You need your original birth certificate, which I know can be a little bit scary to think, hey, do I really want to send out my birth certificate? Well, they need the original here, okay, in this case. So they may need this documentation, but please have that at your disposal as well when you go through this process. Now, next, they're going to be asking you a series of questions, okay, including but not limited to, okay? There's a lot of questions out here, and they're going to be asking you a bunch of them. Including, has anybody ever claimed Social Security on your record? Okay, if so, who did it? At what point? Why did they do this? They're going to ask you a series of questions there. If the answer is no, then obviously the answer is no, and it kind of wraps up that question. They're going to ask you for any military service. If that is your situation, make sure to document all of that as well, okay? All this is very important information, and you want to make sure to answer all of these questions as truthfully as you can. Obviously, you want to be 100% truthful with this, but as accurately and giving as much information as you can. It's going to expedite the process for your application for your Social Security retirement benefit, okay? So remember, those are some basic questions there, but the ones that you want to have in your possession. Now next, let's quickly talk about work record, okay? This is something else they're going to want to know as well. Are you currently working? If so, how much are you earning? Again, please do not leave that down below in the comment section. Believe it or not, I do see some information like that showing up down below. I'm just simply saying that they're going to want them to know this information. Are you currently working? If so, how much did you earn last year? How much are you earning this year? And here's the situation as well. If you are submitting the application sometime between the months of September and December, they're also going to want an estimate of how much are you going to earn next year, okay? They want an estimate of this information. Now again, does it need to be right on the dollar? No, but give an estimate. You probably have an idea like, hey, I'm anticipating I'm going to earn, $36,000 next year or something like that. I don't know. You'll know for your situation an estimate of what you're going to be earning next year as well, okay? They're also going to want to have documentation of some or maybe all of the following, okay? W-2s or work information, as in income records. They want to know how much are you earning. You may need to submit even tax documentation, or if you're self-employed, you may need to submit 1099s or even self-employment tax returns, okay? Just be aware, you might need all that information. Is it 100% guaranteed they're going to ask for it? Not necessarily, but just make sure you have that information at your disposal at the time of application because they might need that information. Now next, they're also going to want to know banking information, okay? Why would they want to know that? So they can deposit money into your bank account every single month, okay? This is also something very important. They're going to want to know banking information as in routing numbers and account numbers, names on accounts, information like this, okay? So let's just say, for example, you have a checking account. On the bottom of your checks, there's going to be a series of numbers. One of those numbers is the routing number, and the next number is your account number, okay? They're going to want to know the information on there so that they can automatically direct deposit your checks into your bank account every single month on the behalf of your monthly benefit. Sounds like a pretty cool plan, right? Yeah, I agree with you. It's always really nice when those checks start rolling in and those payments start rolling in as well, okay? So yes, they will need that information. Now again, you do not need to use a checking account. You could use a savings account if you want. whatever you see fit, yeah, you'll have some options there again, but you'll want to make sure you have that information at your disposal because, again, they will be asking for that direct deposit information as well, okay? So this is most of the information that you will need. Now, obviously, they may come back and they may ask, hey, we need this extra documentation here. We're going to need a lot more about you, things like this, okay? Just be prepared. They're going to need a lot of information. Now, you might be wondering as well, okay, how long does this process take, okay? You might, from the time that you submit your application, expect anywhere between about 4, 6, and maybe even 8 weeks of processing for this to actually go through, provided this was done online, okay? There could be a multiple different reasons that this would actually slow your process down, and that it would actually take longer for your process or for your application to actually be processed and for your benefits to start rolling in. Now, some other questions they might ask as well is, hey, if you're going to be receiving Social Security retirement benefits, at what month do you want your benefits to start? Remember as well, you can file for your benefit as early as the age of 62, okay? You can get your benefits as early as 62. You can wait all of the way until the age of 70 or anywhere in between. Totally your option, whatever you want, whatever you see fit for your situation, but remember this much as well. If you claim your benefits early, there will be a garnishment to your benefit of, well, actually, I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, but let me tell you about it really quickly just because I kind of alluded to it. I'll tell you really quickly here, okay? So for the first 36 months that you file for your benefit prior to your full retirement age, again, all of this coming in video number 2 of this series, your benefits will be garnished by 5/9%, or for any months outside of that first initial 36-month period from your full retirement age, benefits will be garnished by 5/12% as well, okay? But you can claim as early as the age of 62, but just remember, your benefits will be garnished by about 30%. If your full retirement age is 67 and you claim at 62, benefits will be garnished by about 30%. But again, stay tuned. More of that coming on video 2 of this series, okay? So that's what they're going to want to know as well, okay? When do you want your benefits to start if you're filing for Social Security retirement benefits? Now, next, they're also going to be asking if you're within 3 months of your 65th birthday. They're going to ask it as well, hey, do you want to enroll in Medicare? They're going to want to know that information as well. Remember, there's a 7-month enrollment period for Medicare, okay? You can enroll 3 months before your 65th birthday, you can enroll the month of your 65th birthday, and you can enroll 3 months after your 65th birthday. 7 full months, 3 months before, the month of, and 3 months after. 7 months is the enrollment period for Medicare. Okay, so a lot of information, as you can see, right? I'm not even done yet, not even close. There's a ton of information here, which is exactly why I'm going to turn this into a multi-part free course series, because if I was going to give you all information right here, right now, you'd have to sit back in your easy chair and you'd probably be sleeping, for one. But number 2 is we'd be sitting here for hours. Realistically, there's a ton of information. So I'm going to leave this first video here, right here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, please leave that down below in the comment section. I do my best to read as many as I possibly can, as well as make follow-up dedicated videos to answer those questions, or I do my best to answer those down below in the comment section. But if there's a lot more information here that you have questions about, just hang tight here. Here's what I want to say about this. As I said, this is going to be a multi-part free course series that I'm making for you, so just hang tight. If I did not answer a bunch of questions, make sure just to continue watching the videos here on the channel, because there's going to be series 2 coming out soon, and I'll bring you more detailed information in that one, and we'll keep rolling with it. It's going to be dedicated to Social Security retirement for now. We're going to roll into SSDI as well, SSI, spousal, survivor's benefits. It's going to be all wrapped up in this free course. So a lot of information, a ton of information I'm going to be sharing with you here in these videos. So again, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, as well as continue to stay tuned with all of the other free videos that I have coming out here on the channel for you, as there's a lot of information. So again, thank you so much for being part of the community. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe down below. Otherwise, do your friends, family, and social media a huge favor. Share this video with them. Totally free to do so. There's a share button right down below the video as well. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Again, comment down below, anything like that. And I hope this one helps you. And I'll catch you again later in the next video. Thanks so much for joining me in video 1 of the free course. And I'll catch you again later.